Alright everybody, I am the Walking Virus and I'm here to talk to you today about the latest entry in the Darksiders universe, a series that I am particularly fond of, and this entry is absolutely a mixed bag for me. So let's dive in. This is the good, the bad, and the bland of Darksiders Genesis. Darksiders Genesis comes to you through the effort of Airship Syndicate and is an isometric hack and slash with some mild puzzle elements and serves as a prequel to the other games in the Darksiders series. The game also features local and online co-op for the first time in the series, with players taking on the role of Strife and War, with Strife mostly playing like a twin-stick shooter, preferring to use his range over up-close and personal combat, and War having a more melee-focused playstyle similar to previous games in the series. There is no AI companion when playing solo, but players are able to swap between War and Strife whenever the mood strikes them. The game also features a leveling system called the Creature Core system, that has players collecting the souls of their enemies to modify and add different stats and effects. That should cover most of the basics for now, so let's get into some of the finer points of the game. As a fan of the series, I am happy to say that the combat and exploration feels like a Darksiders game. From the hidden collectibles, to the way traversal works, to the impact of the executions, all just feels like part of the series I remember fondly. In addition, the initial plot and voice actors' performance were intriguing enough to keep me interested through the majority of my time with the game, but unfortunately, there are quite a few problems that started adding up, so let's talk about some of them now. The top-down fixed camera angle they chose for this game starts to become more and more of an annoyance as the game progresses, with objects in the foreground constantly preventing you from seeing attacks and enemies, in addition to the general platforming problems that come with an isometric camera angle. And the Creature Core system was an interesting idea in theory, but it doesn't offer enough variety in enemy types early enough in the game to have it be truly customizable until near the very end of the playthrough. The game also seems to have a few rather buggy interactions with both platforming objects and chests. Ledges and pillars will sometimes have problem registering you being near them, opening chests from the wrong side will lock you in place for a few moments before teleporting you to the appropriate side, enemies and loots will sometimes get stuck in the terrain, and then there's the occasional crashing of the game entirely. But with that out of the way, let's talk about the more mild complaints I had with the game. While the story and dialogue starts out strong and made me intrigued, the pacing of the plot unfolding started to drag in the mid-game and then seemed to hurriedly try to sort all of its plot points in the last few missions. The pacing problem wasn't particularly helped by the varying lengths of the missions, with some taking around 30 to 40 minutes and others taking up to 2 hours, typically with very little plot happening mid-mission. Luckily, the game saves your progress mid-mission, which did give me a sigh of relief when I found out by happenstance when the game crashed about an hour and a half into one. But with most of that taken care of, let's head over to the wrap-up. Darksiders Genesis is a strange beast, feeling like a true addition to the Darksiders franchise with the fantastic core gameplay loop one would expect from the series, while simultaneously piling on a lot of small annoyances that add up quickly in its current state. The combat is undeniably fun, and I don't feel like my time was entirely wasted playing it, but I find it very difficult to recommend. However, if you are a fan of the series or just want a couch co-op hack and slash game, then definitely keep your eye on this one and consider picking it up on sale, or once they manage to clean up most of the bugs. And those are my thoughts on Darksiders Genesis, but I'd love to know your thoughts, so feel free to let me know down in the comments below. I'll be back soon with another review for you, and until next time, keep gaming.